You mentioned Todd Monken. From what you know of him, he's guys who's been in the league a long time, different stops.
Yeah.
How good of an offensive mind, and what impresses you about a Todd Monken offense?
I think what I like is what I saw him do with Lamar Jackson. You saw Lamar have one of the greatest seasons a quarterback has ever had wearing a Baltimore Raven uniform. 4,000-yard passer, 41 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. Are you kidding me? Any coach, any team will take that from their quarterback. That's elite production. Probably should have won MVP for the 3rd time with those kind of numbers. So Todd Monken was able to help Lamar Jackson play at an MVP-type level, help that offense to become prolific, very good. Now, you could say, well, a lot of that was the unique talent of Lamar Jackson. Well, Lamar hadn't done that until he got with Todd Monken, and he kind of reached that synergy, if you will, for how to play the quarterback position. He's a dual threat guy, right? And while Shedeur isn't maybe as dynamic of a runner as Lamar, learning to throw on time, learning to get the ball out quickly, going through your progressionary reads. I thought the way they used the tight ends in the offense, not maybe a wide receiver-centric passing game, but in the tight ends, I think Todd Monken knows that. I think he knows the RPO game is at your disposal with your quarterback, whether it's Shedeur, whether it's Deshaun Watson, or whomever is going to be playing quarterback. The RPO game, I think, puts the defense at a state of conflict unlike any other. You're telling me the offensive line is firing off like it's a run play, and as a defense, I got to read that and still be in coverage? You're putting me at conflict. I got to read that like it's a run play. But as I come downhill to stop that run play, the quarterback is pulling the ball, and now he's throwing it. It's really hard for defense to play against the RPO scheme. That's why it's been deployed, I think, by every single offense has some form of RPO system. But Todd Monken did that at an elite level with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. That's what I like the most.
The other thing about Todd Monken, you mentioned Lamar Jackson. He won with Stetson Bennett, which
that's
is,
right.
I mean, that's impressive.
He did. That is impressive. You said it, not me, but you're right.
I guess it seems like his offense can, two things about it stand out. The quarterbacks, he's had a different guys that have had success.
Yes.
You know, Lamar Jackson, unbelievably physically talented guy.
Yeah.
Had success with Todd Monken. So did Stetson Bennett. So did guys other places along his stops. And the other thing is, he seems to be a guy that is able to figure out, all right, I need to get this guy in this matchup, and we can exploit that repeatedly.
Yeah, look, I think the question remains, and I believe Todd can do it. Will he be able to get this offense going in a way that allows Jerry Jeudy to be as good as we believe Jerry Jeudy can become? We believe he can be a number 1 receiver in this league and put up prolific numbers, right? 1,000-yard seasons in multiple years. Harold Fannin Jr. has already proven he can be a dynamic player, not just as a catch guy, but a run-after-catch guy. And then can you begin to build an offense where your wide receivers, your 5 eligibles, the wide receivers, your tight ends, the back coming out of the backfield, are helping your passing game, right? And that's where Todd Monken, he has an offense that can do that, but now you got to get the talent to fit that as well. I think you have one of the best general managers in the game. I really think you have a good talent evaluator. Cleveland Browns are one of those teams that a lot of people know that when you have someone like a Myles Garrett and the way that this team has played defense over the last few years, all you need is an offense to show up with that defense, and you're going to have yourself a pretty good football team.
Do you think they can they get that offense on track in one off season?
Now, see, that's hard.
Right.
Especially when you have to rebuild your offensive line. You're still finding a quarterback. You know, I think Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson are going to give you, I think, a pair of runners that you should be able to get production out of those guys. But you can't do any of that without an offensive line. Starts up front there, and then the quarterback has got to settle in and become more consistent.